It's new guitar day, and we're going to look at this guitar from Donner. This is their low-end Tele model, the DTL 100. Stick around. Holy moly, Staples. Is this a... what kind of case is this? So it came with a Donner booklet. Looks like it's written for any model of Donner guitar. And of course it comes with the Allen keys, Allen wrenches. For a guitar that cost me about $80 on TEMU, I'm first impressed that it even has a gig bag, a Donner gig bag. They're of better quality than most. Now, I've never been disappointed by Donner before, and I'm hoping not to be disappointed today. But for $80, you never know what you're going to get. And as expected, it is a Telecaster copy. Very traditional. I mean, it is what it is. Let me get a weight on it real quick. 6 pounds, 12 ounces. It's there. You can feel it. It's got a little heft. What I really like, first of all, is the pick guard. It's not one of those stark white pick guards. It is aged, vintage looking, so it gives it a warmer feel. I hate that stark white. It just feels cold. And the bridge on this is 6 individual saddles, which is really nice for adjusting the intonation, as opposed to your typical Tele, which has the barrels. This ashtray bridge here is really nice in that there is no ledge on it whatsoever, so it's going to be very comfortable, I do hope. Wow, I mean, this is starting out really good. It's got the Donner branded tuners on it. Got 2 string trees. It's got a plastic nut on it. And a, guess it's rosewood fretboard. Not sure, I'll check that out. It's a Tele. It's my favorite style of guitar by far. If I had to be on a desert island with only one thing in the world, I think I'd pick a Tele. Frets feel good. Don't feel any fret sprout at all. Perfect. The action's gonna be what I call a little high. I think it's unacceptably high. Try and get as clean as possible, just a little reverb right now. Wow, that sounds bad. Okay, let's make no mistake here. This one is, I'm going to say, really not playable at all out of the box. The action on this is way too high. I bet the intonation is horrible. I bet the neck isn't straight. But under string tension, the pull on the neck has made the action even worse. That is, okay, that's better. Really unplayable out of the box, but as is, as a Tele style guitar, got the Donner faceplate on the back, string through with ferrules back there. Nothing wrong with it. It's a black Tele, and I'll take a black Tele all day long, but this one's going to need some work. Holy crap. I'm sure you can't see that, but there's a mountain of air in the middle of the fretboard. So it's going to need a truss rod adjustment for sure, as well as the rest of the setup. Hopefully if you get one, it's going to be better. But for $80, you really can't expect perfection. I really expect a little more than this, however, with Donner. I really trust the brand. I think they're very good. And this being their low-end $80 Tele, I knew that it wouldn't be up to the standards of a better Donner, but I expected it to be set up a little better than this. The action on this is so incredibly high. Yeah, I'm just going to use a string gauge that was on the tag. I don't know if it goes high enough. Yeah, it's 3.25 millimeters on the low E, according to this gauge, and 3.5 on the high E. Again, this is a paper gauge that was on the tag. I'm not sure how accurate that is, if it's accurate at all. I'm a little wary of this truss rod at the moment, so I'm gonna do a string off and do it right. And when you see me again, hopefully this will be set up and I'll give you my final thoughts on this guitar. All right, be back in a little bit. While you were gone, I did set this up. It was kind of a unique setup, not one that I've encountered before. The truss rod in this is either single action or broken because it was very like 30 turns too loose, and you could actually wiggle the rod back and forth. Now, once I tightened it, it took tension just fine. It just will never do what a double action truss rod should do, so it's probably a single action truss rod. Did I say any of that properly? There's probably a little bit of adjustment left, but right now the neck is where I like it. I used the included Allen key to bring these screws down, little grub screws down to lower the action. And quite to my surprise, once that was done, the intonation was already taken care of. Every string was perfect, which is unusual. So the setup didn't take long at all. It sounds like any cheap Tele. Again, right now the action is very respectable. You probably can't see that. So now, according to this gauge, the low E, 0.75 millimeters, and the high E, 0.75 millimeters. So again, this is using the string gauge that's on the Donner tag. I'm sure it's not very accurate. But it is a fun little Tele to play. I'm pretty happy with the setup. In my opinion, the pickups are a little thin. Nothing special here as far as the feature goes. Actually, not bad sweep on the potentiometers, not bad at all. Get at least 50% out of it. All in all, not a bad budget Tele at all. I do have a little complaint. This is just a pet peeve of mine. The pickup lean on that front pickup, it just leans. And I took it all the way down and all the way up when I was adjusting the pickups, and it's going to lean. I don't know. There's something in there that's going to make it lean. So until I take the pick guard off and address what that is, or maybe prop up the low side to find out why it's holding. Comparing it to the Grote Tele, which I did a couple of videos ago, they are both in the same price point. I got them both for around $80, both on TEMU. If you're in the market for just a regular plain black Tele, then this is just fine. There's no belly cuts, no tummy cuts. It's just a square plank Tele, classic style. So again, for that reason, I do prefer the Grote, just because it did have the contours cut in, and it kind of had a perloid pickguard, which I like a lot. If I were a beginner looking at this for my first guitar, I'd say, heck yeah. The only caveat, it's going to need a setup most likely. So if you're going to take it to a Guitar Center or a luthier, plan on spending about the same price that you paid for the guitar to get it set up. That's why I think it's so important to learn how to do it yourself. Don't buy an $80 guitar just to pay somebody $80 to fix it up for you. Watch the YouTube videos. Learn which way to turn the knob or turn the wrench and which order to do it. That's also important too. And you might find yourself pleasantly surprised. So I like it. get the idea. It's a lot of fun to play. Has kind of that classic twangy Tele sound, and if you put a little dirt behind it, a little boost, it gives it that classic old rock and roll sound. That's kind of why I like the Telecaster, because it does give you clean, it can give you country, it can give you twangy, it can give you drive if you put some drive to it. Nothing special, but it ain't too bad for 80 bucks. If you want to check it out, I'll put links in the description below for at least TEMU, because I know you can get it there currently. I think it might be on eBay as well. In either case, through TEMU or eBay, it's probably coming direct from Donner, like mine did. If you're a Telecaster guy, this could be a cheap, inexpensive second guitar for you. Or if you're looking for your first, this could be it as well. Just be prepared for a setup. Before you go, if you made it this far, then you are going to find out about GTone giveaways. Go to www.gtoneguitars.com/giveaways, and there you'll find a new giveaway every month. I'm trying to keep up with it. I'm sorry if there's any delays between giveaways. I have to work a full-time job and stuff besides this. But right now, I believe there's a nice pedal up there. All you gotta do is enter your email, click enter. If someone says in the comments that you've won something, no, you haven't. That's not how it works. That's why I keep the giveaways on my webpage, to try and avoid the scams that happen in the YouTube comments. I really enjoyed it. Not a bad guitar, not a bad starter guitar, not a bad second guitar. Really no complaints. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, enjoy your gear, and peace.